This computer. All right. Well, some others might be hopping on. I don't know, but tonight we are going to go over all the amazing things we learned at convention. It was a really fun week. I had so much fun with Mika and Deb and Beth, and well, Todd was there, and Jeff. So it was a fun week. But um, I asked Mika and Deb to each share something that, they were excited about from convention. So I'm going to have them start, and then I'm going to talk about the new skincare. I recorded Dr. Hartman's training during the session. So I'll play that. It's about 15 minutes. So this call might run a little bit over 30 minutes, but just hang with us because it's a lot of good information. But I will go ahead and let Mika start with our new Icon Club. So excited about this.
Okay. I am also excited about it. And there's a couple things that I think are great about it. Um, One is, sometimes we have incentives like enroll 8 people this month and get a watch or something like this. And this one it's a long-term vision. It rewards you for steady progress and steady action over a 6 month period. So it runs from June 1st. So if you've enrolled anyone already in June, those people are included. It goes from June 1st until December 31st. So it is a 6 month contest. And if you do the following things in a 6 month period, you will be part of the new Icon Club. Another thing I love about it is that this is a wonderful time to join Plexus. Like it's a wonderful time for us to be able to do this ourselves. But what's even better is we can promote this and use this with people on our team or new people that, I think when someone new starts and it's like, oh, you can get this if you do this in 30 days. But this is the beginning of this incentive and it goes for 6 whole months. So it's a great time for new people to come in. It's also a great time for, we all have people on our teams who are like, oh, I just have kind of been away for a while. Like, I don't know how to get restarted. I feel like I'm so out of the loop. And I feel like this is perfect timing to get back on board because this is a brand new thing and there's incentives that are connected to it. Um, so it's a great time to get started now instead of waiting until September or October.
Can y'all see my
So,
screen?
yes,
Okay. I was just
yes.
going to kind of show this as you're talking, and then I'll do the same for Deb. So,
Perfect. Okay, so how you can qualify. Really, there's only two parts of this to qualify. The first one is to enroll 10 level one VIPs with 100 PV or more on their first order. So over a 6 month period, that is 1 or 2 people a month. And that seems totally doable, right? Um, the other part of that is to help 2 level 1 brand ambassadors reach senior silver for the first time. And we have dug in a little bit to the Help Center and reading carefully over all the information. And we have figured out that those do not have to be like one of your 10 people starts during the contest qualification and becomes senior silver. It can be somebody that is already an ambassador on your team. We probably all have people on our team who have sponsored 1 or 2 people. And so they already have a head start in getting to senior silver. So develop um, two senior silvers for the first time. It cannot be a re-rank. It has to be somebody that's reaching senior silver for the first time. And here's what you get if you do that. You get a founding icon gift, free shipping on all orders of $150 or more for the rest of 2025 and all of 2026. So if you become an icon, if you do this, the 10 and the 2 senior silvers by end of August, then all of your orders starting in September that are $150 or more, you get free shipping on. And that lasts from the time you become an icon all the way through the end of 2026. So that would add up. You also get 2 tickets for the 2026 Super Saturday and 2 tickets for the 2026 convention. You get exclusive recognition at events, reserved seating at the 2026 convention, which, by the way, they announced is back in Columbus, Ohio, one of our favorite, unexpectedly favorite locations. We didn't think we would love Columbus, but we did. That was 3 years ago, I think, when we were there. Um, Invitation to the Icon Party at the 2026 convention. And the Icon Party this year was so much fun, and I know next year's will be too. And exclusive access to leadership training with Eric Worre, which leads me to my next thing. One of the things that happened at convention was this guy called Eric Worre spoke, and I did not know who he was prior to him joining up with Plexus, but I took some notes as he was speaking, and I actually used some of this in a post that I made a couple days ago. But he was talking about why, when he was approached to partner with Plexus, why he said yes. And there's 5 reasons, 5 things that he loves about Plexus and why he partner with Plexus and not a different company. He said the company, the founders, the management are dedicated to growth. There is no debt. That's the first thing, the company itself. The second thing is the products. There's a need for these products. They work, they're priced for affordability and profit, and it's about our health span, not just our lifespan. The third thing he loves about Plexus is our compensation structure. He says there's a quick return on our investment. So like people can do fast start, silver. Um, a part-time person can make a reasonable compensation. Or big entrepreneurs, there's a huge upside. Like there's potential for somebody who wants to go all in. So there's something at every level of engagement, or so to speak. The support structure. He says we have a great support structure. All of the corporate staff that we have, customer service, all that is great. And the fifth thing is timing. He says Plexus is one of the best kept secrets in network marketing industry. There's low market penetration with the stableness of a company, and society is leaning into wellness, and it's time to get loud. So when he said all those things, I was like, yeah, like he's right. Like those are 5 really important reasons to be all in with Plexus, which we know, but it's nice to hear from somebody who has looked at a lot of different network marketing companies. So as part of what Plexus is doing with this icon contest is Eric Worre is doing a series of trainings for us, and they're free to us, which is wonderful. The first one is this Thursday night at 7 o'clock. So I really encourage everybody to engage in those, to get those on your calendar and participate in those, because I really feel like he understands where Plexus is going with this icon incentive. And so I feel like his trainings are going to be geared toward helping us achieve those goals. So after the first one, which is this Thursday, then they moved to Wednesdays after the 4th of July holiday. So it's July 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th, all Wednesday nights. But this week is Thursday. Okay, and then the last thing I want to talk about this is in my Ruby training that I went to at convention, they broke this down and they helped us use the icon incentive to think about rank ups. So thinking about this in terms of points, like what can becoming an icon do for your business? And what can helping other people become icons do for their business and your business? So when you become an icon, you're going to enroll 10 people at 6 points each as level ones, which is 60 points. And then for each of the senior silvers, if they were a brand new person, it takes 9 people for them to be a senior silver. But to do the points easy, they said 10. But if they enrolled 10 people, they would be senior silver. You would get 5 points for each of their new enrollments, which is another 50 points. And you would do that twice, 2 new senior silvers. Um, so that's potentially 160 points for yourself for becoming an icon. Then for every level two, or like every actually level one that you have that becomes an icon, when they enroll 10, you would get 50 credits. 10 times 5 is 50. And then when they develop senior silvers, you would get, if it was 10 points again, 10 times 5, if they had 10 people times 5 points, it would be um, another 50 points. So there would be 50 points for one senior silver, 50 points for another senior silver. And so there's another 150 points. So 160 points for you to become an icon. And then every one of your level ones that you help, that's 150 pay points towards your team. So they showed us to look at that, like how many icons could you develop? How many people on your team could you help become an icon? And how many would you need to get to your next rank advancement? So for some people, just getting it, just getting to, um, just getting yourself an icon would get you to the next rank up. For me, I've got quite a ways to go from senior ruby to emerald. So like for me, I figured out if I had 6 icons on my team, that I helped 6 people become icons, and each one was about worth about 150 pay points, that would be enough to get me to emerald. So it helps too if you can kind of think of it that way about, this is making consistent momentum for your activity over time, and 10 people in 12 months, or excuse me, 10 people in 6 months doesn't seem like a ton of people to enroll. It just seems like steady effort. Um, and then if you think about how you can help other people do the same thing, and the key is that we're starting now, like hit the ground running. The other thing we saw is that it said if you become an icon, if you complete all the requirements by the end of August, that you're going to get 800 credits in the leaders retreat contest. And when it kicks off, and we believe that that's kicking off September 1st. So that would be wonderful to open up your back office on September 1st, when they launch that tracker and already have 800 points because you already did the icon stuff. So all of it is, I love how all of it is really tied in. And I just feel like we're all kind of rowing the same direction, and it's really very simple. Anybody have any questions about any of that?
I also wanted to mention on your dashboard, there's a tracker. Did you mention that?
I didn't, but it's
Okay.
there.
So on your dashboard, you know how we can see convention contests, you have to click opt in. And so make sure you click opt in, and then you can see how many you've enrolled so far. And then you should be able to start seeing your team as they're becoming icons. Like mine's not showing anyone on my team yet. So I don't know how that would work. For example, Tiffany has already enrolled people this month, Tammy, Mika, like I don't know if it's just not up to date yet. It shows my enrollments for the month, but it doesn't show the people under me. But it's supposed to track all of that, like who is working towards becoming an icon. So,
Which I
um,
love, because there's been many times, like in other leaders retreat contests and stuff, where it would be nice to see where your team is, and we don't know unless we ask you and say, "Hey, how's your points looking?"
right, yeah. And then I did look. So I've been working on boards, and I'll show y'all all this later. But I have a folder now for icon. We're going to have a folder for what Deb's going over. I have a folder started for the skin health, all of those things. So I've got links to like the help desk articles. Um, that graphic I just showed you as she was talking, that stuff's in boards, and I'll add to it as we go. But one thing in the help desk I thought was interesting, we have to have someone to count towards our icon. We have to enroll 10 with 100 PV, but it does say, can 2 orders be combined to equal the 100 PV minimum purchase requirement? It says yes, as long as both orders are placed in the same commission month. So let's just say I have someone that I'm wanting to be one of my 10, but they started off with a 50 PV order. as long as they get up to 100 PV before the end of the month, they would count towards one of my people to get me to Icon. So I thought that was pretty interesting because they usually don't let you do that. So um, anyway, so
Another thing I just thought of while we're talking about qualifications for new VIPs. Remember when they changed the reset? Now the reset is cheaper if you order it with a combo, but you can also um, order a reset only, and it's enough for to count as a 100 PV
100
order
PV.
if you order
Yeah.
somebody new orders a reset box only.
Yep. Very good point. So awesome. Any other questions about Icon? Oh, let me pop these dates up here really quick. So this is the Eric Worre dates. The first one is this Thursday. But these are the dates. They're all Wednesdays moving forward. And I'm assuming they're at 7 p.m. since the first one is at 7 p.m., but we don't know for sure. Um,
I think
and
somewhere I
then
wrote
this
down
is
that
what
they were
he's going to
7
be, that's what he's going to be covering each week. So I think the one this week is like kickoff to learn about it, dive a little deeper, and then he's going to do in July those trainings. There was something else. Oh, in boards, I'll just show you this while I have it pulled up. I put it in team resources, but right here is a register for calls and webinars. I just found this today. If you click on that, it takes you to all the upcoming things. So you can click on this one for Thursday and register for it. So, but that's in our team resources folder. That very first one right there. So
And
I'm
just
trying to put,
yeah, really quick, I had found that today too and saved it to my phone. But I went ahead and clicked all the clicks to get to what I wanted because I invited people tonight to the opportunity call. So you can click ahead, like say go ahead and click on that one just to show. And then oh no, these are the past ones. Is there an invite one?
oh, I don't know. Let me go back
Oh,
to
it
it.
says RSVP.
RSVP,
Oh,
yeah.
there. Oh, maybe do you think it's because it's already going?
No, I think it's because there's not one this week. They just put it out there that there's not one this week or there's not a product call. I think that's why.
Oh,
So it's just
oh, but
taking
they
you to
just
the
had it on the
replays.
Power Hour tonight.
I know,
And I was
but
able to click to it and get to it for tonight.
oh, I saw somewhere just this
Well,
afternoon. They said there's not
that's
either
weird.
one this week. It's probably because they're all coming back from convention
Okay. But then you
but
can
it
click to
should
it
take
and
you
give
to
a
it. Yeah.
yes. And then I just sent him the one link that I wanted to, not all the things.
Yeah.
Like not all of that to confuse them.
So, but these links are always here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go
That's
over
nice.
these later when we talk about skincare, skin health. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right. Well, I will let Deb take over now. This is something fun they announced. She is going to tell y'all about the Senior Gold Fly-In, and I'm going to grab I have a flyer I'll pull up, Deb, while you're talking here.
Okay. I was excited to hear about the Senior Gold Fly-In. They had talked about Gold School right after I had already gotten gold and then lost it. But they wouldn't let you come back, which is the same with this one. If you've already been Senior Gold before April of this year, then they talked about trying to find some training with Rubies on the Rise or something like that. So this would be for first-time achievers from April of this year. And it goes through December 31st of this year. And it's called the Senior Gold Fly-In. And what they'll do is after you achieve your Senior Gold rank, then they will fly you in and they will pay for your flight and your travel expenses and a hotel night there. So you get $750 stipend. But you have to do it within 2 months. So let's say I earned Senior Gold in August and then they invite me in September. I have to go like in the October or the November one. They won't hold on to it. forever. So you have 2 months to accept your invitation. And no, it just looked to me like a Gold School on steroids kind of thing.
Yeah, I just thought it was fun
Is
because
it like the Rubies on the Rise?
Well, when I looked up and it said, if you've already been a senior gold and you've lost it, and then it said,
So
you can't
like
go to
for
this
new
one,
people,
but to look into Rubies on the Rise. So I
But
don't know
it's-
what that.
it's what did you say? It's supposed to do what? Like,
They said if you lost, like say you already achieved senior
Right.
gold and then you lost it, it said to look into Rubies on the Rise.
but this seems like Rubies on the Rise, except for they didn't pay for me to get there.
I know
They
that's
paid-
what I was excited about. And maybe
They
they're going
paid
to
for
start
my-
doing that.
They paid for my hotel, which was just one night of a hotel. No, yeah, just one night of a hotel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I'm
I don't know
wondering if
do with that tunic.
because they're giving you a 2-month window. I don't know how long your window was for Rubies on the Rise.
Well, they only had it twice a year. So you had to
Oh.
pick one. I mean, that's
Yeah.
awesome. But that seems like a lot of people would qualify for that. That's
Yeah.
awesome, though.
I just thought it was so good because it is such a big jump from
Yeah.
gold to senior gold.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're over doubling yourself. So I thought it was cool that they were going to offer something to that rank because, you know, that's where you can get to gold on your own. Getting to senior gold, you've got to really start going deep, not just wide. And so these are people who are really starting to develop their leadership skills. So I thought it was really cool. And Deb, while we were there, made herself a goal to earn this. So
I did.
very
I'm
proud
going to
of
do
her.
this.
Yes. We need to figure out who all wants to do it and like just link arms and like let's go.
Yep.
So so in boards again, let me go back to that. It's in the team resources is the senior gold fly-in. It's just the flyer I just showed you in the help desk article. I put those in there. So, and then the icon club. I've got the info sheet I was showing, the help desk article, and then this is the first webinar right there. So I also have icon club on just the main page. So, all right. Any questions about the senior gold fly-in? All right, well, we're going to transition over to talking about the skin health. And I love that it's called skin health because, I see we can use it as from that angle. Okay, you may already have a skincare system, but do you have a skin health system? And one of the things that stood out to me in the training too is, a lot of people, like I know Tammy, we were talking about this earlier, she uses her skincare from Mary Kay, but so many people, Megan included, like I'll get a toner from Walmart. I'll get this from Walgreens. I'll get this from Ulta, and it's like you're combining all of these different things and you're getting so much crossover of product and ingredients that sometimes it can just be too much on your skin. So they put a lot of time and effort into this. I was going to pull up my notes. They have 9. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong one. Let me find it. Where is it? Oh, the skincare. The 20 months that it took to develop this and 30 different revisions. So they have put a lot of time and effort into this. And it also is certified BioKind. Let me find that graphic. Certified kind to biome, which in the realm of skincare and stuff, that's a big deal because it's all about the skin microbiome. So I am not a skin health wizard, but we know who is, Dr. Hartman. So I recorded his training. It is about 15 minutes, so hopefully you are okay staying on a little longer. But before I show that, I'm going to remind you, if anyone orders the Skin Health through the end of the month, they get free shipping. It's automatic. There's no promo code. And while supplies last, the gift with purchase is that makeup remover cloth. I meant to have my box in here, so when I start the video, I'll go grab it. Resources where you can find things, boards. I started a whole board that just says Skin Health. I'll show y'all that in a minute. There's a toolkit, which I have a link to it in boards. And then in the Plexus Go app. Yeah, Dr. Hartman's skin is glowing. Like you can tell he's been using it. Also, there are samples available for purchase in your back office. You can get samples of the Skin Health system, and then you can also get samples of the eye cream. And so let me go over. Let me just show you some stuff in boards really quick. I hope you are okay with being on a little longer. So right here, I made this folder of Skin Health. This is the toolkit. It just goes straight to your Plexus website, but it's got anything and everything you need to know about the Skin Health is in there.
I have a quick question.
Yep.
So the free shipping is through the end of the month, through the 30th?
If they buy the Skin Health system,
In-house system. Okay.
is that seems like there were two things they could purchase. I'll figure that out.
Okay. I got an email or something on it, but I have to go look. Okay.
And
Very
then
good.
this is Christy McDade. I thought this was nice. I've got this in boards, but it's something you could send to someone if they order or they're interested. But this talks about the morning routine and the evening routine, and then extra. So right now the eye cream is an add-on, and they said, I think even before the end of the year, and then something else next year is like add-ons you can add on to the skincare system. They're going to be adding things to it as we go.
Mel,
Yep.
Mel, the extra thing it says, I've got this sheet right here that I got at convention.
Okay.
It says, what else you get is one set of clean slate makeup removing cloths while supplies last.
Okay. I have mine. I'll go grab it and show y'all. So in here, the Skin Health graphics, I have one inside the Skin Health graphics folder. I made a folder for before and after. So as I find them, I'll put them in there. But then I found this today. It's like 7 reasons. And this is stuff you can put like in your stories and just any graphics that I'm finding. I'm just adding them in here. There's just really pretty graphics like about each product. And then they showed this at convention, the morning routine and the evening routine. So the cleanser and the serum, you do the same. So the serum is the glow getter. Fresh Face is the cleanser. So you do that and that. And then if you want to do your eye cream, the Bright Eyes. And then your morning, you would add in the Sun Shield, which is the moisturizer with the sunscreen. And then the evening, you do the cleanser and serum again. And if you're doing the eye cream, you do that. And then you do the night cream. This little thing is neat because you open it and it's like a pump. It pumps up. Jill Renfro was showing us that. She was cracking us up. Y'all know how she is. So anyway, I'm starting to add to that. On the Power Hour today, Joanna Slavin gave us some reach out messages. So I added those in there. She gave us a post idea. So I'll just be adding to this. So just be watching.
I used her post idea. Well, I put it in Chat GPT and kind of changed it to be like me. And I've already had 3 people message about it.
There you go. There you go. So that I made a folder on the main page and the Icon Club, but then in the resources is where I put Icon Club, Senior Gold Fly-In. If you want to register for convention for next year, it's $75 through July 31st, and then they're going to close registration until Super Saturday in January. So if you want to go get it for $75, the dates are June 12th through the 14th next year. And then what else was I going to tell you about? So there's they're doing a master class on Saturday at noon. There's a link here. I don't think I put that anywhere. I may have put this graphic in the Skin Health graphics. I'll have to look. But you can find this stuff in the Plexus Academy page. And then there's also this one Friday at noon with Dr. Hartman and BB Carter. That's going to be live in the Academy page. So, but if you go to the Plexus Academy page, this is in there, the master class, all of that information's in there. So learn as much as you can. Like I said, we're going to learn from Dr. Hartman. If I can, let me close this down so I can get to my tab that I want to get to. And while we listen to him, I will go grab my box so y'all can see it. It's so pretty. I'm trying to close some of this stuff down. Okay, now I'm ready. See if there's anything else. I also recorded, so they had a board certified dermatologist, Dr. Jeffy. She was there. I recorded her training and I will put the link to that. I'll put the links in Together We Rise so that y'all have those. But yeah. Okay, so I am going to start Dr. Hartman. I'll go grab my box while we listen to this.
Quick show of hands. Who here has skin?
Can y'all hear that?
Every hand, right? So everybody has skin. Everybody should be taking care of their skin. Skin is the largest organ in the body. And skin health is truly a reflection often of what's going on inside the body. So when we talk about the brand new skin health system, we're really talking about whole body health with an emphasis on face, with an emphasis on appearance, so that you can show up looking your best, feeling your best, and performing your best. So with the skin health system, you guys heard Ashley talk about the potential for a $200 billion industry in just a few years. 30 billion, right? Austin Powers, 30 billion with the B in the United States alone, right? I think everybody in the room would like a little piece of that $30 billion industry. I know, speaking for myself and for Plexus, we want to be a major player in that $30 billion industry. So with that, let's go into some of the products. And again, you heard it from Ashley, you heard it from Dr. Jeffy. The ingredients we selected, the formulas we used, were carefully crafted, precisely formulated to achieve what we're trying to do. We did want to take advantage of the emerging science, the emerging trends around longevity, being able to impact skin at a cellular level, at a molecular level, because that's the building blocks of skin. So using these cutting edge ingredients to really set the foundation of what we're trying to achieve from the inside, deep inside the skin, all the way to the outer layers of skin. But we also wanted to be very careful to stay on brand for Plexus. So all the comfort claims that you've come to know and love, right? Cruelty-free, not tested on animals, free from harsh chemicals, harsh things that can damage the skin's microbiome. All these different things, safe for all skin types. A very important part of the clinical trials is that when we did the clinicals, it was very important that we were able to recruit subjects with different skin types so that we were able to say things like safe for all skin types, including sensitive skin. So it's on trend within the industry and very much on brand for Plexus. And also staying true to what we're doing, it's a simple routine. This is where science meets simplicity. So the morning routine, cleanser, serum, eye cream as an optional add-on, and then the SPF moisturizer. So very simple routine. From the system alone, 3 steps: cleanser, serum, the combination SPF moisturizer, and then the eye cream as an add-on, and then the evening routine, cleanser, serum, eye cream. If you're using just the system, cleanser, serum, night cream. So this is the simplicity of the system. Everything you need with nothing extra. And then over time, as we continue to innovate and we continue to grow this aspect of our product catalog, you'll see additional add-ons that can complement the core 4 system, that can also complement the eye cream. And when we look across the entire system, there are several key ingredients across all products. And you heard Dr. Jeffy talk about some of the truly foundational products, the ceramides, vitamin C as a source of antioxidants. These are ingredients that have really stood the test of time. These are ingredients that have been beneficial for years and years and years. These are some of the more novel ingredients that I want to spend a little bit of time going into. This is a deep dive, right? So we're going to talk about what makes these ingredients work, why they're important, and why they're included in our products. So starting off, ATP boosters. ATP is adenosine triphosphate. Not a spelling test, you don't need to know that. Just know it's ATP boosters. ATP is the energy within cells. We're providing the ingredients that helps your body to produce its own natural ATP. And you'll see that across multiple products. You'll see that across products like the cleanser, across products like the night cream. We're providing the building blocks for your body to produce ATP. When we talk about cellular renewal, what happens is there is a die-off of cells, and then there is a replenishment and a renewal of new skin cells. That is an active process that requires cellular energy, and that cellular energy is ATP. We're providing the substrate, we're providing the building blocks for that cellular renewal to take place across multiple products. We have ingredients that provide barrier support. Your skin's natural moisture barrier is very important for keeping cells fully hydrated, for keeping cells plump, for keeping cells full, which give you that youthful glow appearance. We're providing ingredients to support cellular hydration and to support that skin moisture barrier. We also have microbiome balancing ingredients across multiple products. This is going to include prebiotics and also postbiotics. Now for some folks, postbiotics may be a new term, right? When we talk about gut health, when we talk about the power of our triplex system, we talk about probiotics. In skincare, we're talking about postbiotics. Postbiotics are beneficial metabolites produced from probiotics that provide benefit, and in this case, benefit to the skin's microbiome. And then prebiotics are what is providing benefit or a food source for your skin's natural microbiome. But again, this natural defense system, your skin's microbiome, is all about balance. And that balance is going to lead to a healthy barrier, which helps, again, to lock in hydration. You've heard a lot about the multi-dimensional hyaluronic acid complex. We're using 4 different forms of hyaluronic acid. Each form is at a different molecular weight. So we're going from a higher molecular weight to an ultra-low molecular weight. And what that allows us to do is target different layers of the skin. So a higher molecular weight is going to benefit the outermost layer of the skin. And as we decrease the molecular weight of that hyaluronic acid, now we can target, now we can provide hydration at deeper layers of the skin. So 4 different forms of hyaluronic acid to benefit the deepest layers of skin. So truly that hydration is occurring from a deep level out to a surface level. Our products include peptides. Peptides are short chains of amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein, which are the building blocks of connective tissue. So providing peptides in our formulas, we're able to fully support the structure and the function of the skin. This is where we talk about collagen boosting. We're providing the nutrients that allows your body to produce the collagen that's holding our skin in place. Think of it as a scaffolding. It's holding everything in place. We're providing the bricks to be able to provide that collagen. We have plant stem cells. Plant stem cells also support cellular renewal, defend against stress, help to reduce the visible signs of aging, and then the vegan epidermal growth factors. These growth factors are what signal the rebuilding and the renewal of skin cells. So this combination of ingredients that we're going to see across multiple products within the Plexus Skin Health System are, again, a combination of cutting-edge research to support longevity at a cellular level and are clinically backed, clinically studied to demonstrate outstanding results. So now let's go into some of the individual products and talk about some of the key ingredients featured in each one of these products. Now, these formulas are providing key nutrients. So today I'm just going to talk about some of the truly highlighted ingredients that are available in each individual product. We have a tremendous amount of marketing assets. We have a tremendous amount of resources for you to fully understand the ingredients are being used. We have ingredient glossaries that are going to provide you more detail. But with our limited time today, I just want to highlight some of the really key ingredients. And for the cleanser, the Fresh Face Cleanser, I want to highlight hibiscus as a way to help with hydration, to help with evenness of skin tone, and also as a potent antioxidant that helps with skin brightness, and also dragon fruit as a beneficial antioxidant. The cleanser is a rinse off. So you apply it to your skin and then you rinse off. So it's important that we're able to use ingredients that provide that benefit in the time that it's going to be in contact with the skin. Another very key ingredient featured in the cleanser is ribose. Ribose is one of the building blocks of ATP. ATP is adenosine triphosphate, which means there are 3 phosphate groups attached to that molecule. Those phosphate groups are held together by ribose. So we're providing the nutrients, we're providing the ingredients to allow your body to do what it does best, which is produce that cellular energy. Think of that as the gas tank in the car. We're providing the ingredients to fill up that gas tank so that we can really empower cellular renewal, cellular turnover, and stimulate renewal of those skin cells. So as we move into the Glow Getter, this is the true hero of the system. This serum is packed with bioactive ingredients designed to penetrate deep into the skin and provide outstanding benefits. And to highlight just a few here, the Advanced Peptide Complex, a combination of peptides, which again are the building blocks of connective tissue to support the structure and the function of the skin. The epidermal growth factors that are signaling renewal, and then the microbiome balancing blend, featuring 2 different postbiotics and prebiotics to really help balance the skin's natural microbiome and provide additional benefit in terms of increasing the amount of beneficial bacteria while minimizing that harmful unwanted bacteria. When we talk about bright eyes, the skin around the eyes is very sensitive, so we had to carefully craft the eye cream formula to take advantage of the great science around the ingredients that are beneficial to the eye. Advanced peptides, epidermal growth factors. The eye cream includes caffeine. Caffeine acts as a vasoconstrictor, which is actually going to prevent blood from pooling in the eyes. You saw one of the great before and after photos from our clinical trial. The reduced puffiness that was experienced by nearly every person taking part in that clinical trial, that reduction in blood pooling under the eyes is the reduction in puffiness, and that can be impacted by the beneficial application of caffeine. And then we also have a brown seaweed extract that's providing microbiome balancing support. Sunshield, 2-in-1 combination SPF and moisturizer. Features a plant stem cell, Argana espinosa. If you're familiar with the common skincare ingredient argan oil, they're derived from the same plant. The stem cells, though, are what is really triggering the renewal and the replenishment and the turnover of those skins. We have other botanicals that help with skin hydration, and then inulin as a dedicated prebiotic to feed the beneficial skin microbiome. And then lastly, zinc oxide, which you heard from Dr. Jeffy, is so important to provide that outer layer of coverage, that outer layer of protection from the UV rays. And then we have the After Hours Night Cream. Features the ingredient bakuchiol. Can you guys say that with me? It's kind of fun to say. Bakuchiol. Bakuchiol is a potent retinol alternative. Retinol is something that has been studied extensively to show benefits. This is a plant-based alternative to retinol that's providing benefit to the skin. We also feature a hydrolyzed yeast protein to benefit the skin's microbiome, and then succinic acid, which is another step of development of ATP. This is an intermediate within the Krebs cycle. And again, the ultimate goal is production of that cellular energy that helps support cell turnover and cell renewal. And then lastly, the old favorite, the multi-action collagen complex that's been given a little bit of a facelift. It still features types 1 and 3 collagen, which are the building blocks of the skin. Biotin, which is a B vitamin, which is so important for hair, skin, and nails. We've updated the superfood blend to include hibiscus and dragon fruit, potent antioxidants found in our skin health system, and then obviously ceramides, which are so important for hydration. So when we talk about the skin health system, it's so important to remember, skin is the largest organ in the body. When we're supporting skin health, we're supporting whole body health. I want to thank you guys. Thank you.
Okay. The nerd in me loves all that stuff, but is the cleanser for everyone? It's geared towards aging. I think it's for everyone.
Yeah, I just had some. Then I said, I'm sure it doesn't smell good. I would imagine it smells good.
Yeah. So it's so pretty. So the system comes like this, which is the core products. So when you open it, it's like this, the fresh face, that's the cleanser, that's the serum, glow getter. And then, so you do these two in the morning and then end it with the moisturizer, which has got the sunscreen. And then at night you do these two and then the after hours. But it has this really pretty, this cat, she likes to get right behind me. Really pretty book that comes in there, talks about all of it. It's just very, very nicely done. Very pretty. And then
Lindsay had asked me, because Lindsay's kids use it, who are like teens, like young teens. Like, so I just didn't know.
So they're phasing out Joyome, which it's really for any age.
This new system is for any age too, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
So, and then the eye cream, Bright Eyes. This is one of the things that you could really see in those before and afters, because it helps all this puffiness. It helps the crow's feet. Jill Renfro, she was cracking me up because she was like, the applicator tip it's cooling, like it's cold, like you feel it, it's cold. And she's like, every night I do this, I put it on, I'm like, that's cold. And she's like, my husband's like, are you gonna say that every day? like you act like it's a surprise. It's like, oh. But yeah, so that's the eye cream. So this is technically the first add-on to the system. And they're going to be adding other things in. But the collagen, they did give it a little bit of a glow up, as they said. My thing got kind of banged up when I was traveling home, but it's the same color packaging. It's really pretty. And then this is what comes free with purchase. There's, I was opening this up while we were watching that.
Is
So
it like those magic erasers? Like, is it like that? Like it takes your makeup
it's
off with water?
soft. It's
Or-
like a microfiber kind of feeling, but really soft, like velvety
Yep.
almost. So there's two in here. Clean slate, makeup removing facial cloth. So I think it's just like those reusable ones where you just get them wet
Yeah.
and you can clean them. People were, getting off all their makeup. Oh, there's actually three in here. Thought there were two, but there's three. So they said there's 8,000 of these. When they're gone, but it's the gift with purchase right now. I haven't heard that they're gone yet. Has anybody else heard that? But yeah, I'm excited about it. When it first announced, I was like, oh, skincare. Okay, that's where we're going with this. But after listening to Dr. Jeffy, and I just added in boards under skin health, his video, and then Dr. Jeffy, the dermatologist that spoke. I put the recording of that in there. Just listening to it and learning how much research went into it and the clinical trials, it got me excited about it.
Mhm.
So let me see if I have any other things. Okay, so I mentioned that there's samples in your back office. There's now you know how we have the categories where it'll say gut health, weight management. One says skin health now. There's samples. You can get a sample cards that have, and that's another thing, like you could get those if you were traveling would be a good idea. Because these are a couple of these are, I think it's just the fresh face. This is the one I had to put in my suitcase, and then Pod put the other ones in his carry-on. They're under the ounces, but for traveling, it'd be nice to have those. And then they also have the Bright Eyes little samples too. So if you can tune into those, there's the Q&A on Friday at noon in the Plexus Academy. And then if you go to the Academy, you can get the link to the masterclass that's on Saturday. Also, there's the LTO limited time offer of an active flavor coming. Micah, did you get to try it? Did y'all try it? It's prickly pear something.
Prickly pear lime. Right, Deb?
Yep.
Yeah,
It was good.
it was really good.
Yeah.
I will buy
So I think that's going to be coming like for summer.
they
didn't
made it
give a
sound
date.
like
August. Okay. So yeah, so that's coming. And then Leaders Retreat contest, we're assuming is going to kick off in September. But it's a trip to Cancun to an all-inclusive. So kind of like when we went to Punta Cana, like it was all-inclusive. The resort looks beautiful. Moon Cay or something like that. It's February 23rd through the 26th. What'd you say?
Moon Palace.
Moon Palace, yeah. And then that's it. I'll just keep adding to boards. So the main places to look in boards is just on the main page. I have the Skin Health one, Icon Club. But then if you go to the resources folder, there's something else I put in there. Oh, the link to register for convention. I'll get out of this.
I might point out, while $75 is great for convention, if we're all going to be icons, we get 2 free tickets to convention.
I know. I was like, do they just refund us if we've registered?
Mm.
I registered when we were there. So I don't know. I would assume they would refund us if we became an icon. And so then we had some great training on social media from Amber Miller. And I think that's what I'm going to do next week. I'll share the
I know.
video that
I watched that today, and that's the same training that Micah and I had last year, I think, in the Rubies training.
It's
I remember
good.
sitting in it before. Did you remember that, Micah, or no? Was I crazy? Did I sit in it somewhere else?
I don't know. Maybe. I thought it was a really good one, but it didn't really ring a bell to me that I'd seen it before, but I liked it.
Yeah, no, I did too, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was a breakout last year. But yes, it was very good.
Good stuff. So, all right. Thanks for staying on. I know this was way longer than normal, but it's a lot to talk about. But start promoting the skincare. Do show you do using the system. Fresh face. And then I think I put it in the boards. There was a graphic. If not, I'll put it in there of how to take good pictures. I don't think I put that one in there, but I'll grab that. I have it somewhere saved. So I'll put that in there too, but it just good tips on how to take your pictures if you're going to be doing the skincare so you can see your before and after and your progress and everything. All right, ladies. Any quick prayer requests at all? We'll do something quick here. Just pray for Megan. She's in Boston with her friend. It's the first time she's ever flown anywhere without us. They made it there. They're there, but they're going to be there all week. Just with the Middle East and it being such a big city, it kind of makes me nervous, but she's been prayed over, so just going to trust it.
Pray for Brooke. She's due on Saturday.
All right.
Having some pains today, so she might be coming early. Who knows? We'll
He
see.
might be coming there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I have a couple. Requests for two of my kids who are going through potential job interviews and things this week. Also, keep Jamie on your list, please. She's got a lot going on with Brock's dad continuing to be in hospice, and her son and grandbaby and are moving back to Iowa.
Then she lost her dog while we were at convention. I was like,
lost her dog. Yes.
I know.
Sorry, I forgot to mute myself. I still have a cold. Sorry.
Did you have one, Deb?
Yeah, my oldest son is getting moved out of his apartment, and we're heading to Virginia next week to help them move over there.
Okay. What's his name?
Eli.
Eli. All right. Any other ones? All right. Well, we'll close in prayer. All right. Heavenly Father, we just come to you tonight. Thank you so much for Plexus and the stability of this company and how that was reiterated to us. It fueled my excitement, knowing that we are in a place where we can know that we're not going anywhere. And Alec Clark even stood on stage and just mentioned that, and it just felt good to know that Plexus is a very stable company. I just pray over Megan and Jordan, her friend, that they have a great time in Boston with Jordan's family. But Lord, just be with them, go before them everywhere they go, keep them safe, keep them away from anything that could be harmful or dangerous, and then get her home safely on Saturday. Lord, we just pray over Brooke and Rob. They're going to become parents this week, and it's so exciting. We can't wait to meet baby Morgan, and he's already so loved. So we just pray over Brooke that she has an easy and safe delivery, that Morgan comes into this world without any complications. And I can't wait till I can plan a time to go meet him. But Lord, we just know that you have them in your hands and that everything will be just fine. Also healing for Tammy. She's been dealing with this cold for quite a while. So we just pray that you just heal her body, give her strength and energy, take this cough away that she's been dealing with. Mika's kids, we pray for their job situations. Lord, you know what those are, but we just pray that you just give them discernment, give them guidance in those areas. We pray for Jamie. Brock's dad in hospice. That's just, it's very emotional. We just pray over them, give them peace in that situation. Also with her daughter moving back to Iowa. I know that's her daughter-in-law and son. I just know that's it's just it's weighing heavy on her because of her grandbaby's going to be moving away too. So just give her some peace for that, and just give them any guidance they need in that situation, and just comfort them as with the loss of their dog this week. We all know what that's like, and it's a very sad time. And then we pray for Eli as he moves to Virginia, in this new adventure, this new chapter, that you just open all the doors that need to be opened, make his transition very smooth, and that everything goes well there. Anything that's unspoken, Lord, you know what's on our hearts. We just lift those up to you as well. And we just love you so much. We ask this all in your name we pray. Amen. All right. Well, thanks for being on so long. It's a long call, but it's a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff. So y'all have a great rest of your Monday. Love y'all.